What if you never had to sleep again? Imagine all the things you could do with an extra 8 hours every single day. That's an extra 122 days a year. You could learn a new language, master an instrument, start a business, or finally clear out your watch lists. Sounds amazing, right? But before you wish away your bedtime, let's dive into what would actually happen to your mind and body if you could stay awake forever. At first, it would feel like a superpower, the first 24 hours without sleep. You might feel a bit tired, but a cup of coffee fixes that. You're productive, you're focused, you're getting things done while the world sleeps. But as we push past the 36-hour mark, things start to get weird. Your cognitive functions begin to decline, your memory gets fuzzy, your decision-making becomes impaired, and your emotional control starts to slip. You might find yourself getting irritable or laughing at things that aren't funny. Your body is screaming for rest, but you just keep going. By day 3, you're officially in the territory of severe sleep deprivation. For most people, this is where hallucinations begin. You might see things that aren't there, hear whispers in an empty room, or feel a crawling sensation on your skin. This isn't your imagination running wild. It's your brain, deprived of the crucial restorative processes that happen during sleep, starting to malfunction. Your perception of reality warps. It's at this stage that the line between awake and dreaming becomes dangerously blurred. Now, let's imagine you've been granted the ability to bypass this breakdown. Your body is somehow magically engineered to never need sleep. What happens then? Well, sleep isn't just about resting your conscious mind. It's when your body performs its most critical maintenance. During deep sleep, your body repairs tissues, builds bone and muscle, and strengthens your immune system. Without this nightly repair crew, your physical health would deteriorate. You'd be more susceptible to getting sick, and recovery from injuries would take much longer. It's like running a car 24/7 without ever taking it in for an oil change or service. Sooner or later, the engine's going to fail. Let's talk about your brain again. One of the most important jobs of sleep is to clean the brain. Throughout the day, your brain cells produce toxic waste products. While you sleep, a system called the glymphatic system kicks into high gear, flushing out these toxins. One of these toxins is beta-amyloid, a protein strongly linked to Alzheimer's disease. If you never slept, these toxins would build up day after day. This accumulation would lead to severe cognitive decline, memory loss, and a much higher risk of developing neurodegenerative diseases. Your brain would essentially be poisoning itself from the inside out. And what about learning and memory? Sleep plays a starring role in a process called memory consolidation. When you learn something new, the memory is initially fragile. During sleep, especially REM sleep, your brain replays the day's events, strengthening the neural connections that form memories and transferring them from short-term to long-term storage. Without sleep, this process wouldn't happen. You could read a whole library of books, but you'd barely remember a single page the next day. Your ability to learn and retain new information would plummet. You'd be stuck in a constant state of now, with a past that's foggy and a future you can't prepare for. Then there's the emotional toll. Sleep is vital for regulating our emotions. The amygdala, the brain's emotional center, becomes hyperactive with sleep loss, while the prefrontal cortex, which helps manage our impulses and emotional responses, becomes less active. This combination is a recipe for disaster. You'd be on an emotional roller coaster, prone to extreme mood swings, anxiety, and depression. The world would seem overwhelming and threatening. The joy you hoped to find in your extra waking hours would be replaced by a constant state of stress and emotional turmoil. So, this superpower of never sleeping is starting to look more like a curse. But let's take it a step further. What would a world full of sleepless people look like? Society would be completely transformed. The 24-hour economy would become the norm, with no distinction between day and night. But would we be more productive? Initially, maybe, but soon, the consequences of mass sleep deprivation would kick in. We'd see a rise in accidents, poor decisions, a decline in innovation, and a public health crisis on an unprecedented scale. Our society is built around the rhythm of sleep and wakefulness. Removing one half of that equation would cause the entire structure to collapse. In the end, the fantasy of a sleepless life ignores a fundamental biological truth. Sleep is not a bug in our system. It's a feature. It's not wasted time. It's essential time. It's when we heal, when we learn, and when we reset our minds for the challenges of a new day. The desire for more time is understandable, but sacrificing sleep is not the answer. It's the very foundation upon which a healthy, productive, and happy life is built. So tonight, when you lay your head on the pillow, don't think of it as losing time. Think of it as investing in your health, your mind, and your future. Sweet dreams. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this journey into the world of sleeplessness interesting, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more what-if scenarios. Let me know in the comments what you would do with an extra 8 hours a day. See you in the next video. And stay curious.